Keepers nervous, strikers, they'll deliver. Crowd roars erupted, you can feel the quake. 80,000 voices.
One area where Eric Chale and his team, including the NFF, need to consider and look at is the centre-back situation. We know William Troost Ekong has been, captain fantastic for the Nigerian Super Eagles, winning, player of the tournament, I think, in my opinion. In the last AFCON, scoring lots of penalties, leading the defense, his balls from the back, how he coordinates and controls the defense has been exceptional. Semi Ajayi is also getting on in years, and seeing that the next World Cup is in 2026, and that could very well be, William Troost Ekong's last tournament as well as Semi Ajayi's last tournament. Could even be that, who knows if Troost Ekong will be able to make the AFCON this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed that he's able to make it. But for me, I think it's best to start preparing, not just for the next World Cup, but even for this AFCON coming up in Morocco this year, 2025. So for me, there are three outstanding candidates for, that centre-back position, to provide replacement for Ekong when he finally hangs up his boots, and also to give some support and competition in the team, as well as possibly replacing Semi Ajayi. Also, they can help bring some tactical flexibility into the team, especially if Eric Chale would ever go for a 3-4-3 formation or a 3-5-2 formation, essentially any formation that would have to deal with, that would have to use three centre-backs. So for me, the first one I'll be talking about is David Odogu. David Odogu, his father is Nigerian, his mom is German. He plays for Wolfsburg. He's 6'3". He's 6'2", 6'3", 6'3" inches tall. So that's a massive unit. He's very good with the ball at his feet. He has that commanding presence in the heart of the defense. So he could help with playing that out ball from the back, dealing with crosses into the box, because that's one challenge I think the team had in the last AFCON, dealing with the physicality of opposition players, and of course dealing with crosses and set pieces into the box, because I think that's something again that the Super Eagles would face going into AFCON 2025, and as well as the World Cup in 2026 if Nigeria does qualify for the tournament. So I think he's one name that the Nigerian Super Eagles selectors and indeed the NFF should be looking to get into play for Nigeria. I know he has played a couple of games for the under 18s, I think, German national team, but I think he would be immense for the Nigerian Super Eagles. I think he's one that the NFF should look to get to play for the Nigerian Super Eagles and give Eric Chale some more ammunition for his side. Then the next name I'll be talking about is Nnamdi Collins. Nnamdi Collins, his dad is Nigerian, his mom is Polish. He used to play for Dortmund, now he's on the books of Frankfurt. He is a special defender, in my opinion. He's 6'2", just an inch shorter than David Odogu. So he is very quick for a centre-back. He is lightning. He is exceptionally fast, and I think he reads the game very well. So I think that would be a massive addition for the Super Eagles, because when you're playing, the modern game, the wingers are so fast, especially if you play the AFCON. We know we've got lots of pacey players in the AFCON, the World Cup as well. If Nigeria does qualify, you're coming up against pacey wingers that would challenge your centre back. So once again, that would allow you flexibility, especially with the way Eric Chale would want to play, which is high intensity, high octane football that generally lends itself to playing with a high line. And what that means, when you're playing with a high line, the opposition would say, okay, you want to press us high, you want to have a high line, what we're going to do is we're going to put that ball in behind you. So if you've got someone who's as pacey and as quick as Nnamdi Collins, then that helps negate some of the threat the opposition would want to pose generally at the team. So I think he is someone that Nigerian Super Eagles, the NFF, whoever the selectors are, should look to get to play for Nigeria. For me, no ifs, no buts, no maybes. For me, my own mantra is never leave talent on the table. I don't care, even if you have a drop of Nigerian blood in you and you're good enough to play for a national team, you should be allowed to play for a national team. There's no excuses. I don't want all these, pedestrian excuses that we'll come up with. I don't even want to list them. Get the best players available to play for your team and give the country glory. That's all I care about. So the next person I want to talk about now, the last one, certainly the last but not least, is a special defender. I think he played for Genoa. He's 6'5". His name, I know when you hear his name, you say, oh, how is it? How is he Nigerian? But his name is Alessandro Macandelli. He stands 6'5", so he's massive. He's tall, so he's the tallest of the three, and he's quick as well. For someone who's 6'5", he's exceedingly tall, and I think that would lend itself again, especially if we're going with that three man at the back formation, three centre back formation. Even if we're going with the 2-man centre back pairing, you can imagine Odogu and Nnamdi Collins paired up, or you have Nnamdi Collins paired up with Alessandro Macandali, two giants who are quick on their feet, so you can play as high a line as you want, because you know they have the recovery pace to get in behind and make those tackles without stress, because they're very tall, so they have long limbs. They can easily win those tackles. So I think that's another name that should be looked at. So about his name, his dad is Italian and his mom is Nigerian. So I know people want to come up with some weird sort of excuses. For me, I don't care. I don't care. Whether you've never left Nigeria, whether your both parents are Nigerian, whether you have one parent who's Nigerian, one parent who's from another country, as long as you're eligible to play for the Nigerian Super Eagles, you have the nationality eligibility, I would say go on, get that player to play for Nigeria. In my opinion, you never leave talent on the table, because the big teams don't ever leave talent on the table. They do not leave talent on the table. So for me, I'll be going for these three players. I think these are a new generation of centre backs, especially, like I said, with William Troost Ekong possibly retiring after the AFCON, or maybe at the most he would be leaving at the end of next year's World Cup if Nigeria does qualify. Then what you don't want to have is a situation where everyone, he retires, Samir Jai retires as well, and then you're going helter-skelter. And of course, Igor Ogbu should also be looked at and looked to get invited to the team as well. I think he deserves the score. But I just want to mention these three special talents I think would work a treat in Chelsea formation, work for the NFF, and would possibly have the centre-back position sorted for the next 10 years or more. So I want to know what your thoughts and opinions are on these players I've talked about. Are there any other players that you think should be making Eric Shell's list, should be going to the AFCON, and possibly going to the World Cup as well, and even beyond that? Let me know in the comment section. So subscribe to the channel. Thank you for how you keep subscribing to the channel. Share the video if you want to. Click the notification bell so you are indeed notified each time a video comes on the channel, whether it's a live stream or a pre-recorded video. So at this point, I want to say, do have a splendid rest of your day. Stay well and stay blessed. Bye-bye.